One.
Da 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 da. If I play this song, I'll get kicked off. So I won't play the song. I'll just sing it instead. So I won't play the song. Welcome to Chance's Chat. We got some interesting things happening tonight. I hope Kent Dunn comes on. I've sent him the invitation. I may have to call. I may have to jump off and call him. But we got Fascinating Brian here. Debbie from APL Go will not be coming on tonight, but I will be doing her presentation for her tonight, as well as the presentation for our official sponsor, which is Imusist Advance. Right here is a bottle of that stuff, and it's great. And we'll tell you all about the good things of that. But that's not the first thing that I really want to talk about. Right now, we are live to a live internet audience on Rumble and on YouTube. Next week, we will be back on TikTok. We got kicked off tonight. Hi, Roy. All right, Roy, you got to get a picture with your hat on because it's hat night tonight, okay?
Roy's the man.
We're waiting for Kent, and then we'd have a quartet of guys wearing hats, So, yeah, it's hat night, But I'm going to do some ranting, okay? And the ranting is very, very important to me because you know how you learn something and then you set it back in the cobwebs way back in the skull and you don't think about it, and then all of a sudden something reminds you of it, and you come up and you think, oh, yeah, I learned all that a long time ago. Well, that's what's going on here. And now I shall begin my rant. We're all concerned about the RV. We're not giving RV news first, okay? Because before I give the RV news, we are going to really get real, get down to the nitty gritty. No funny stuff, because the RV, the med beds. Hello, Cameron, my brother. How are you? RV, the med beds, the money, the Nasara. It's all secondary, folks. It's all secondary to the real reason that we are here. And that is the caged victims, the little ones, the caged victims. And if you don't think this is about the caged victims, then you are wrong. Okay, your house is important, getting a new car is important, and not having an electric bill is important, and the vote and everything. Yeah, I get it. Okay, I understand. I'm in the same boat as you are. But what the program is, folks, is these little ones. These are caged victims. Now I'm going to tell you how bad it's getting. I just found this out from my sister who works for an airlines. Okay. And she made a comment to me about passengers having these extra long carry-ons. Carry-ons? Well, this little suitcase like this. No, they got these things that are this long. And they're wrapped up in a rug, and they're using it as carry-on, as luggage. So they're wrapped up in a big blanket, or they're wrapped up in a rug or something big, and they hold them right there. They hold them. It's a carry-on. They're carrying it all the way on the plane flight. They're moving these kids like luggage. These little ones, these victims. And I'm talking about 4-year-old, 5-year-olds, babies. They're drugging them up so they keep quiet.
Careful.
They're cuddling them in blankets and stuff like that. Yeah, thank you, Brian. And they are transporting them to their final destination. And when I say it's going to be their final destination, I mean it's their final destination. Okay? This is what this is all about. This is what Mr. T got into it. Mr. T got into this because it's all about the caged victims. It's about the caged victims. It's about the caged victims underground. It's about the caged victims behind closed doors. It's about the caged victims, and you've got to remember that first. So what I'm going to do is publicly tonight. I've been for a long time when I was making really good money with my store and everything for 12 years. I bought a lot of currency. Okay, and I'm going to be in okay shape, and I'll be able to do. But I'm tonight pledging 20% of everything that comes my way through the redemption to saving children. And when I say I'm going to throw money at somebody to go save something, I'm not necessarily saying that. What I'm saying is move out of the way. We already got a Batman. I'm going to be the Robin. If I got to get on a plane and go to Timbuktu to save a child, I'll do it. Okay? I love all these children. They're just and you know, when I walk through Walmart or something and I look at these little children, they're so precious, and their parents just kind of take them for granted. They're just, you know, sitting there, and I just look at them and I think, gosh, what a wonderful time I had when my kids were little, and it was so precious, and it meant everything to me. And I've gotten myself in trouble at Walmart several times for telling people, you better put that belt around that kid in that cart. You better put that belt. It's there for a reason. Well, she's okay. No, she's not okay. My son was a year and a half old. I was right here. I was right here. I did not strap that belt on. He was a year and a half old. This is 47 years ago at Kmart in Keokuk, Iowa. And it didn't take 3 seconds for him to get up and be on the floor, and we thought he was going to die. We thought we were going to lose him, okay? And his head swole up. He was screaming bloody murder, and you know, 4 or 5 days later, he was fine, and he didn't have any permanent damage. It was, you know, head hitting concrete, and you know how it goes. But you guys, it just takes a second, and turn your head for a second, and these cable guys know what they're doing. They know how to snatch and grab. Okay, this is my rant tonight. I am ranting. Chance's rant, because you've got to set aside what your desires are and think about the desires, the hopes, and the dreams that these little victims, these caged victims, won't ever have any desires. Their desire is to get out of the box. Their desire is to get something to eat, something to drink. Their desire is not to feel pain. That's the extent of their desires. And how would you like to be in a box or a rug, drugged up, taken someplace till somebody's going to do God knows what to you? Really? Think about that. I mean, my house is not the greatest house in the world, but I love it. You know, I paid for it with my hard-earned money, and I got a recliner to sleep in if I want to. I got a bedroom. I got a couple bathrooms. You got upstairs full of stuff, and you know, I got a shop and everything, and these
These kids don't even have a lollipop, a sucker. They don't know what Halloween is. They don't know what it is to go out and trick or treat or watch the 4th of July fireworks. They don't know what it is to go play a baseball game or interact with other children in a fun way. They don't know this. Okay? Get your what's between your two ears, get it engaged into the direction of the real reason that we are involved in this massive, massive change. Get it in between your ears right now. The change is because of the little victims. Oh, and then after they get to their final destination, I want to explain to you just exactly what I meant by final destination. They get them out of the drugs, and they fatten them up, and they get them healthy, and they do their dirty little things until they're not cute, fresh, and brand new no more. And just like that car that you threw a rod in, where's it going to go? It's going to go out to the junkyard and it's going to be salvaged. And that's what happens. Then they get salvaged. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then figure it out. Because I can't say the specific words that I want to say because I'm on Rumble and I'm on YouTube. Okay? So let's get real. Just takes a minute. I have a fit, even in this town. It's Mayberry, yeah. But we got our share of pervs here, okay? And I have a fit unless my middle granddaughter, Vanessa, unless Vanessa goes with the other two little girls. I have a fit if they let them go to the basketball game or a football game by themselves. And I will. Mickey's been going with them. He's been going with them a lot. He can't do a lot, but he's been going with them to their games and stuff to make sure that they're safe. It just takes a second, folks. It just takes a second for them to snatch them right out. Where'd little Johnny go? Well, tomorrow night, little Johnny will be screaming bloody murder because they're doing things to him that shouldn't be done to a little tiny victim. Thank you. Brian, before I go off on my rant anymore, do you have anything that you want to add?
On a separate note, I guess I would like to add that we really need to gain some perspective in many, many, many ways. And what I mean is we're not all having a shared value. And what I mean by a shared value is we do take a lot of things for granted that we really shouldn't be focusing on. And yes, this is one of those ideas which Chance is talking about. But another also very valid idea is what it means to to give without receiving, without expecting to receive. And I'm very adamant about this. And I'm kind of fierce in this perspective because there are many that feel that why do people even need to ask? And I'm like, well, we all mirror each other, right? We mirror each other. We're supposed to represent each other as a holistic family. If that is your point of view, if you believe in such a thing as in equalism, right? So if you cannot adhere to the value of others and mirroring each other in a very symbolic and benevolent way, don't complain. Just don't. No one wants to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I definitely don't want to see it written. It just shows how the individual operates solely on what it means to be materialism and survivalism. Yes, this world is not easy. Yes, this world is actually terrible. If you were to meet several ETs, and I can guarantee it, fresh recruits, greenhorns coming to look upon our planet, and then they go, what is up with this place? Oh my God, they have to pay for water? Are you kidding me? That would be one shocking revelation to them. Oh my God, you mean they have to have money in order to survive? And if they don't have money to survive and then they can't eat, they die? Oh my God, they would cry. They would cry for you, the human, because they don't get that experience. They don't have that experience. In a lot of the Illyrian races, they have that when they see what we go through, it literally is considered a hell planet to them because everything that they have from a holistic civilization is nothing like ours. We still reflect what is called the Iron Age, and pretty close to going back to the Bronze Age. And we're lucky we're not even getting, going to that. You're very lucky. If we would have had World War III, oh gosh, we would have been set back hundreds of years. And guess what? The victors would have rewritten a whole new history book, history lesson for everybody. You're very fortunate. And I just want you to keep that in mind as you continue to journey forward. But know, even if you do get that opportunity to go and experience some benevolent abundance, nothing is completed until the official, whatever transition, whatever that may look like, the cleanup is still going to continue. You're still going to have to support. You're still going to need to ask questions. Hey, is there anything I can do? Is there anything I can support, whether or not you see it or not, to make sure that continues? And we need to keep that in perspective. They are not going to go away. You've seen enough movies of the hero and the villain. What do the villains do?
They always end up coming back.
They go out. You have to take them out. You cannot. They never surrender. At the very low tier, they're gonna go out. The only way they surrender is they're surrounded and they don't have any means to off themselves. That's it. They'll try and hide and escape. Those movies are very symbolic from a universal truth. They're always going to try and flee so they can do more shenanigans. So there's no more games. I mean, even Mr. T said it, and so many of the white hats and military are tired of it. They're tired, which is why there are no more second chances, which is why ETs are stepping up and not giving any second chances. It's a yes or a no.
That's exactly right.
That energy is exhausting now because the transition cannot be slowed. It has to happen. The changeover has to go, whether you like it or not, whether you are that millionaire or not. You don't get a say in it because it's out of your control.
Yep. It's just like I talked about it last week with my galactic update, and then Kent Dunn put his own spin on the story, and when the Venusians went in and talked to the generals and had that meeting, and 8 generals stood up and they said, "We're not doing it," and started screaming, got emotional, power tripping, and they were gone. They were just gone. They transported off planet or or dissolved them or whatever. I just want to hear the rest of the story. I want to hear what happens when they went to the United Nations. That's what I'm waiting to hear. Haven't got that part of the story yet.
Yeah, because ETs will not put up with any toxic energy. It's
No.
hard on our physicality, and especially since they're crystalline bodies, it's like highly vibratory. In fact, to be a highly conscious interstellar being, you have to learn how to translucently filter toxic energy. It's very, very difficult. You literally have to mask it, filter it, and remove the sludge, because it's what it is. It's sludge. It's like mud. You don't want it touching you. You don't want it near you. You want it to just slop on the ground. And the easiest way to remove the sludge, if you have the technology, you beam them up, you dissolve their vessels, you put them in a storage containment cube. That means their consciousness, and you go drop them off on a new third dimensional world that's got a hellscape where it's like a third world country, and you put them in a poverty situation. You put them in as a walk-in, full memory. Oh yeah, they will do that. And then you can reap all the karma you want. And they'll make sure you have several thousands of cycles till you pay that debt. It is not fun. I've seen it. I've dealt with it. It's...
Hi, Christopher.
Yeah.
I get it, Brian. I really get it. Hey, Docg, what's your spin on this?
Well,
Remember
my
our
spin.
language. Remember our language.
Yeah, I'm not going to say anything, man. My thing is, I got two daughters, and they're in their 20s now. So my concern has always been, be a good parent, look over them. I was probably overzealous with them, and I feel for the parents today. I really see what Chance is talking about, in a grocery store and stuff. Their minds are so preoccupied. They don't pay attention to their kids. I paid way too much attention to my kids, and I think that's kind of why I was over, with them, with everything. But I got to say, I'd rather be that way than not caring at all. And I don't understand how you can have a child and not worry about them. I mean, I still worry about them. I was just telling my wife earlier, before we were supposed to come do this show, I was at an event, and both girls were driving home from work. And of course, the anxiety for me, I have a lot of trauma in my life years ago. So my trauma triggers are there. And I have the post PTSD that I'm worried about, make sure everything's okay. I hope you're okay. Make sure the cell phone's working and you're coming home and you're driving. I constantly do that. But that's part of being a concerned father, being a person that's more of a worrier, I guess. But also just the way the world is today. It just makes me even more uncomfortable. But when I see that they're okay and they're home or they're at their location, I relax my anxiety. I breathe, because I can't take on too many anxieties at once, because what happens is they pile up and they get really, really bad. They build up like a big snowball effect. So I try to take anxiety one at a time, or not take it at all if I can help it. But it's just, when it's set inside you, Brian and Chance, it's hard for you to release it. It's one of them things that, if you're a concerned dad and you're always there and you always want to be there, you always want to be the savior. You always want to be the Superman. You always want to be the person. Right, exactly. But without us being there and doing that, who else is there?
There's no one.
There's no one. So in a way, we're like a savior for our families. We're like a savior for the communities, and in respect to that, I have to say, with all the stuff that's going on in the world, it's even more intense, because even though I don't hear the news, even though I don't watch the news, somehow I get that vibration that, things.
It's bad energy. Yeah.
Yeah. And you feel it. And I feel it every day.
My heart absolutely. I do too.
But for my concern for all these issues that we're talking about, I'm glad the White Hats are taking us back to where we need to be, and taking the caged animals and releasing them, because they deserve to be free. They're just starting.
Well, we're not there.
It hurts my heart.
Let me tell you something. They're not just releasing them, okay? They're giving them therapy, okay?
Yeah,
They're being taken to secret locations and the mercy ships. The mercy ships are full of the caged victims, okay, of all ages, babies all the way to, and people that think their children are not here anymore. They find out that they're a caged animal, and they will be coming home because the White Hats have rescued thousands. There's others that were clones, which don't have a soul.
Right.
And those will probably just...
they're cared for by the ETs. They will be taking off planet.
Any
vessel, even if they are born here, if they are too psychologically damaged, they'll take to another Lyrian planet, and they will be provided the greatest care. So,
That's good because I was in doubt, but I know that a bunch of them are going through psychiatric, and even some of them that were the most horribly treated are going to have to go with a complete mind wipe.
Yes, but they will still be taken to another planet to
relive.
So, because Centauri forces are heavily part of the Federation and doing a lot of Federation work here, a lot of them will go to Centauri, and some other Lyrium. Also cities and areas. That's fine. So I mean, it's good. But yeah, for the clones, they'll give the clones care till the vessel kind of stops working, and then they'll just allow and then like dematerialize it once it's gone.
Right. Well, that's my rant for tonight. I appreciate you guys joining in on that, but I really do mean that. I've even got an idea for a Save the Children television show that I've actually shared with a couple people, and I've actually got some people that have directors and set designers in their families, and so that's something I'm really going to look into too, because I really do believe that this is, if you could turn it into something like a community effort where you could go save these caged victims, and you could save them and make it into a community effort. And it's not a game show. It's not supposed to be entertainment. It's supposed to feel warm in your heart. And so it would have to be done right. But the whole thing is to, come together as a world community and save these children. And that's what I'm thinking about on this show. And, I kind of was inspired by John Walsh and his, catching the criminals and catching the bad guys. And I thought John Walsh was a pretty good guy until I found out the truth about him. And then I thought,
differently. Yeah.
I will tell you, it's hard to watch TV, especially with my son. We were watching a show last night, and I said, that is a woman. And I don't remember who the actress was. Somebody we all know. And then the main lead character was in love with this person over here, who appeared to be a woman, but was not in real life.
That's crazy.
Okay. And all that's coming out. Okay. All that's coming out with the EBS. Now, I want to get into some intel Here, Cameron says one other item to keep in mind is that kids are born fully awake, but society shuns and denies their innate higher galactic gifts. That's true. Yeah, MK Ultra for a small effect. They must be nurtured and encouraged as well. Cameron, I'm going to tell you what. I believe that more than you could ever believe this. Okay, for years everybody said I was a nutcase because I said, "Don't tell your kid, don't jump on that couch. You're going to fall down and hurt yourself." What if you said, "Don't"? What if you said to that child instead, "Don't jump on that couch. You're liable to take flight, and I'd have to pull you off the ceiling"? What if you was to do that? Think about that. You've just programmed them not to believe in gravity. But what you're doing is by saying, be careful, you don't want to hurt yourself, fall on the ground, jumping on the bed, you've programmed gravity into them. Now, whether it's a program or not, it's a concept that came into my mind years and years and years ago. And I always wanted to have a child that I could nurture in that direction. So in other words, what could be an option is don't jump on that couch. You could float up to the ceiling and get stuck. I'd have to pull you down, or don't jump up on that couch. Another possibility is you could fall off and hurt yourself, or don't jump off that couch. You might actually hit a wormhole and go into a different dimension. It could. Okay. Think about that. I know Brian's smiling. I saw your smile, Brian.
Yeah, or you could say, is there a better way to do it? Like maybe take off the cushion where you're lower on the floor, get them to use kind of critical thinking, understanding that,
Yeah.
Gravity in the end will work against you if you do fall.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of options. But what's interesting, and I will say this, what Cameron said, so like from up above, and how my tribe, my family, my friends, we operate and how we raise our kids is when they are aware of their incarnations, they start to accelerate in their conscious growth. That means they're in schooling to learn not only survival techniques, they train in martial arts and combat early on ages. They even do holographic war games as teenagers and adults. And they learn to be not only leaders, they learn to be supporters, they learn to be medics, all of them. In case something happens to one, they can shift their job class and assist like a deck of cards where they're both the king, they're the queen, they're the jack. They could do all of it.
And yet even the Joker.
And even the Joker. So that is how holistic interstellar tribes, especially ET tribes that travel, that help and assist in a far greater way, that's how they operate. And we even learn agriculture, alchemy. We're very diverse in that understanding. And because the human is taught to think, oh, we have a max capacity in our brain. Sorry, you're wrong. The brain is the motor. Everything is mind. You don't have a limit.
Infinite.
You are the iCloud itself.
Right. That is correct. Absolutely. Hey, I want to tell you guys a little intel about what is going on in the world of the RV. And it's all kind of tied together. Okay. Now, I reported on my Tuesday live at 5. I do a live at 5 Tuesday nights, Tuesday afternoons on Facebook, on Chance McFadden Facebook page. But I also do a live at 2 on Sundays. Just started a new thing last week because there's so many things going on. We want to keep you guys up to date. And then once, this show is great. And we really appreciate the platform. But what it all boils down to is there's so much happening so fast. We want to keep you guys up to date on the stuff that's important. On the stuff that's important, not the stuff that's fluff. Okay, I'm not gonna. Hi, I'm Dan with I Legend Land, and isn't this a beautiful background? No, I'm not doing all that. Okay, I'm not doing all that. I'm going to give you the important stuff, the stuff that is important to you. What concerns you? I'm still hearing December 10th on the med beds release, and I'm hearing that we're going to be getting our appointments at the currency exchange. I'm still hearing we're going to be done or started at any minute, but any second, any minute, and any hour. But I'm still hearing that we're going to be moving things along. The moment that the Iraqis announce publicly on the Forex and on the COMEX, they're going to, you'll see the price of gold and silver change. You'll see the price of the Iraqi dinar on the Forex change. And that will be the button being pushed. Officially, the button's been pushed, okay?
Yep.
But it's not in our pay grade to know when. I know when it was pushed. And it doesn't matter if I know or not. That's not the thing. They're letting people go through now. People will be getting paid in January with the new gold-backed currency, but people are getting paid their 1% right now. The Admirals Group did go in. I've gotten several confirmations, even though I've been criticized by people. Well, I know the general, and no, you don't know the general, okay? And I don't know him either, but I know the guy that gave me the information, and I also know that he's gone in. And I won't be getting any more information from him because he's under an NDA. Okay? This is so you got to remember that as the people go in, so does the information. The information goes in and there's nothing else coming out because they're under an NDA and they want to keep their funds. Okay? They got their projects to do too. Okay? So let's talk about before the med beds. Okay? Before you go into the med beds, which could be any time, I'm going to tell you what I did tonight. Tonight, I came in the house at 5:30 and I fed the dogs. And I told Mickey, I said, man, my back is killing me so bad. And I said, and the show's tonight and everything. So here's what I did, folks. Open box right there. Open box. STP. APL Go. Okay. That stopped pain. That stops pain. I took 2 of them. And I also took 2 of these SLDs, open box. I'm taking them. This is what I'm using right now. My back doesn't hurt at all, not a bit. And I was born with a back defect, okay, which will hopefully be remedied when I go into the med bed. And these are going to be valuable pre-med bed and post-med bed, because for every little ache and pain that you have, you are not going to be able to go and say, oh, take some aspirins. Well, you know what aspirins does to your stomach lining. Oh, I'll take an Ivermectin. No, not Ivermectin. I'll take a ibuprofen or whatever else they have. I don't know. I don't even take any of that stuff anymore.
I don't either.
So all I'm taking is the APL Go stuff. But there's something about the APL Go that Debbie mentioned to me. She couldn't be on the show tonight, but she mentioned to me that I need to bring out, because if you see me sniffing, okay, and going off camera to clear my nose and my sinuses and everything, well, what's going on is I have some allergy problems. Well, the one thing that I don't have in the allergies is the APL Go. Yeah, I will. Don't worry. The APL Go. Let's see, where is it? I'm looking. Okay, here it is. Is the ALT. It's for easy breathing. It's for allergies. It's for respiratory support. It contains black currant berry, green tea, skull tap root, astragalus root, ginger root, currant, licorice root, mangosteen, eucalyptus leaves, grapes, and ashberry. That will stop all this. I don't have any, so I'm going to have to order some. Okay.
You could also just use the raw, unfiltered honey that looks like snot.
Yeah, I know.
And it has the pollen in it.
I actually have some of that in there. I have some.
That will take care of allergy season or any kind of like pollen related season. It helps a little bit during the fall, but it's kind of like a hit or miss because fall's got its own different formula.
Right, but for those people that don't have access to that or whatever. Now, I do want to mention this for APL Go, okay? Because I don't know if you I don't know if you could, does that reverse? Does that mirror? Oh, no, it doesn't. It doesn't mirror.
I can kind of see it.
Yeah, I can see it. Black Friday sale.
Black Friday sale. Okay. This is big deal if you're an APL Go fan. Okay. They're having a 50 what is on sale. Yeah. Now everybody's always saying, well, it's kind of expensive. Yeah. Well, here you go. Here's your sale. Go jump on it. Okay. Okay. Entire shop at aplgo.com is 50% off. And it's free shipping on all kits. And it starts Thursday, November 23rd. Is that Thanksgiving Day?
Next week.
The 23rd, next week, at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and it ends Friday the 24th. It's only for one day. It's only for about 24 hours to 8 o'clock. So if you're getting ready to reorder, I would say wait for that. It's only available for the U.S. and Canada, and it's while supplies last. Okay, Black Friday, Thursday, November 23rd, 2023, 8 p.m. until the 24th at 8 p.m. So get your half off deal going. If you want more information, there's Debbie's information on the screen. It's aplgo.com, but you want to contact Debbie Stevens at Beamer Stevens, BeemerStevens at me.com. And her phone number is 515-314-4948. Or you can send me an email to chancemusic@yahoo.com. Send me all of your information, and I will forward it immediately on to Debbie, and I will guarantee you one thing. She will get back with you within 24 hours. Okay? And there's all kinds of products. I've talked multiple times about how my sciatica was gone in 4 days. I can't say it was cured, but I can say it was gone in 4 days. And what did I use? I used the SLD, I used the STP, and I used the and the RLX. That is it, right? Scroll back up a little bit. See those three right there on that row? STP, SLD, RLX. Those are the three that I used 3 times a day, one of each, 3 times a day for 4 days, and my sciatica was gone. Okay. Now, what's going to happen for you, I can't guarantee you, but I can tell you what, it worked for me, and I was praising Jesus, because I'm telling you right now, if you've ever been down with sciatica, it's hell. It's absolute hell. There's not a comfortable place there's not a comfortable place to lay down. There's you have to take something to sleep, because your sleep cycles are interrupted, and the sleep is so inconsistent. It is absolute hell to go through sciatica. If you're going through sciatica, these three right here is what you need. Okay, RLX, SLD, and STP. Okay. And if you want to, send me an email at chancemusic@yahoo.com, and we will get you going. But there's something else I want to show you on this screen right now. Look at this. This is Imusist Advance. Okay. Imusist Advance supercharges any supplements that you are taking, including the APL Go. But Imusist Advance is it's an incredible product. Now, what happens is, if you want to get full penetration into the cell walls, then you have to use Imusist Advance. Okay. Now, Imusist Advance, we've got a promotion going on, and it's Advance with Chance. So if you ask for a promotional code there, put in Advance with Chance, you get $5 off for each and every bottle. I'm going to tell you this right now. I personally get paid no dollars for promoting this product. I can guarantee you. We are proud at Hamilton Radio. We are very proud to have them as a sponsor for HamiltonRadio.net. They are a fantastic sponsor, and we're going to be putting some new and exciting commercials up, because, listen, if you knew how this supercharged your supplements, you wouldn't be waiting. You'd be using that code right now, and you'd be ordering. And for every one you order, you get $5 off. So if you order 5 bottles, then you get $25 off your total order. Okay, there's all the information right there. You go to ImusistAdvance.com, or you can call the order line at 888-702-3315, and they can take your order over the phone. Okay, but remember, $5 off with Advance with Chance. Now, if we're talking about, it's going to sound like I'm doing an infomercial now, because I'm talking about so many different products. But let me talk to you about something else completely separate. Imusist Advance is, I have all the confidence in this. I just got my son on this detox program that I'm on. And listen, the most important thing you can do for your health is get on a detox protocol. Okay? You got to get these. There's everything that I'm learning, and anybody feel free to pipe in and think if I'm wrong. My way of thinking, with everything that I've learned, and I'm just learning information every day. I can't believe this old man is still capable of learning all this stuff. But they found scientific proof that cancer is a mold. And if you break down the mold, you're going to see the mold consists of parasites. You want to get rid of parasites? Then you get rid of the mold. Then you get rid of the cancer. Attack the parasites. Attack the source. The source is the parasites. You've got thousands of them. I'm going to tell you what, since my health has improved so much, my son's been on this same protocol that I'm on. We take, I'll write it all down. I'll do it next week. Oh, by the way, next week we're going to be doing a live broadcast at Osto's Pizza here in Fort Madison, the pizza place I keep talking about that's so fantastic. And anybody that watches it locally and wants to come in and get a pizza is going to get a discount on a pizza just for coming in and watching the show live. But we will be live at Osto's Pizza. Folks, listen, this is the most important thing you can do for your health. I talked to a lady, and I don't want to say her name, but I'll just call her Bernie. Bernie has a lot of pain problems. And I feel for her because I used to have the same kind of pain problems. And I would like to see her get in a med bed, as well as my friend Maria. They need a med bed bad. Baking soda does kill mold. But
As long as you use an Armor Hammer, if you're using all natural baking soda, because sometimes they were putting metal shavings and stuff in Armor Hammer, so you have to be very selective.
Yes.
And if you mind me cutting in real quick.
No, fine.
The med bed situation, so you are going to get a medical evaluation. So if you are not adjusting or changing your situation on your own ahead of time in advance, you could be in there for maybe, I would say, a minute to 2 minutes, to where they do a specified clearing, but not anything else. Maybe a slight detox. So what I'm saying is, you have to do most of the work if you want to stay in the machine longer, because the machine is calibrated a certain way to where you're really not meant to be in there for a very long time. It is a highly sophisticated frequency technology. So it can be very detrimental and shell shocking to carbon-based life forms in your matter. So you have to be aware that you need to do some previous hard work. That means,
yes, they are going to have to. You're absolutely right.
So you could do Emusist if you have it. If not, activated charcoal. You need to detox. You may have to change your diet, give up food, give up alcohol. I've said this before.
Sugar.
You should, yeah. Do salt. If you need something sweet, or be moderate in certain ideas.
Get an orange or a lemon.
Yeah. So you're really going to have to put forth a lot of effort and conscious thought, or it doesn't matter. Because after you do the screening, and believe me, they're going to look at your frequency, they're going to look at the energy, and they're going to say, if you've done nothing at all, and then you're full of heavy metals, do you think they're going to even let you in there? Come on, think about it. No, they won't. They'll say, I'm sorry, we're going to prescribe these ideas to you. We're going to recommend this and this and this. And then if you take care of that, then possibly 2 months from now, you can go in.
This is highly valuable stuff that Brian's telling you. Get yourself ready before the med beds. That's what he's trying to tell you. He says, you got to do the work now. Okay. That means you got to get those pharmaceuticals out of your system. You got to get those parasites out of your system. You got to get those molds out of there. And the only way you're going to do it is with a very serious protocol. Now, I just got a special Ivermectin at the farm store. And it's a stronger dose than what you get most of them, it also has different vitamins infused with it. And then I also got, what's the Fenbez stuff? That's a dog wormer. What's that called, Brian?
I actually can't remember.
Okay, I can't remember. I got it in there. It's in the kitchen. But that's another one that's good, that works on a completely different frequency than the ivermectin. And the same thing, just put a little bit on your finger. There you go. You don't like the taste?
Do it around your belly button too.
Belly button's good. Belly button's very good. Yeah, Kent Dennett is the belly button. Yeah. He's the belly button guy, and I believe on that. And in fact, I'm going to get Mickey on that part of the protocol tomorrow. I have forgotten about that. Thank you, Brian. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's better because that's where your organs are, anyways.
Right, and it goes right straight to the problem. But I don't want to talk about my son's medical condition, but it was very serious. And they came out. And I got the diagnosis here, and it's awful. But the truth of the matter is, after I talked to Dr. Robert, the NUCA doctor, Dr. Robert told me, he says, oh, all we got to do is do this. And he said, I said, well, I'm doing this. He says, you're doing everything right. He said, add a few more things to it. And so I'm going to go with Dr. Wallach's protocol for Mickey for this particular condition. Dr. Wallach is, I don't know if you know longevity products, but I'm not endorsing him, but fenbendazole. That's it, Cameron. Thank you. Cameron's the man, man. You have to give me a call tomorrow, Cameron. We haven't talked in a while. I'm missing hearing your voice, and you're just a wealth of information. We appreciate you. Love you, brother. But anyway, there's if you look at it, and Doc Roberts said, he says, yeah, it sounds terrible from their perspective, but he says all you have to do is do this and the protocol and everything, and then the Dr. Wallach stuff. And I said, well, I'm going to do it all. That's the whole thing. I'm going to do it all. I'm going to attack it. I'm going to literally attack it, his disease. And my goal is this: when he goes back to see that doctor in February, she's going to say, what happened to your blah, 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 blah. And he's going to say, and I said, only thing I want you to say is, my dad got me on a protocol and he fixed it. That's all I want. That's all I want him to say. My dad got me on a protocol and he fixed it. And it's already working. He's already telling me the changes. He's gone from drinking 8 bottles of green tea to 2, and he's drinking water, and he's putting some flavor packets in with that. I'm going to try to get him over into lemon water and lime water, and I'll get him over to it. And he's doing very, very well under this protocol. And I will just say this in it to be socially acceptable: all the plumbing is moving properly. Okay.
Yeah.
And more regular than it ever did before. But this show is sponsored by ImmuCistAdvance.com. And please go and add your promo code ADVANCE with Chance. Now, I want to tell you about a conversation I had with a lady today. Oh boy, I'd never heard of her before. And she called me out of the clear blue sky. And I talk to hundreds of people a day, and her name's Marilyn, and she sounds like man, Brian, I wish you'd have shared the phone call with me. You'd have felt her energy. This woman has some positive energies going on. She's got it going on as far as the positive energy. She knows what she's doing, and she has a kennel. She's a breeder, and this she makes her own dog food, and it's just absolutely holistic and organic and has no things in it at all that shouldn't have. And so I talked to her about the possibility of, coming on the show, and she's going to send me some product. And I'm going to tell you right now, if my dogs like this product and I like the ingredients, and I'm certain I am, because I'm feeling some incredible energy from this lady, just absolutely incredible. Okay. Then we're going to probably be having a 10-minute pet time on the show so we can talk about the protocol for your pets, because as much as I love children, you just heard me on a half-hour rant about children. Well, I could go the same half-hour rant on animals. Okay. Thank you, Robin King. All you guys are true magic. Thank you all. Well, thank you. That's a wonderful compliment. First of all, we're going to pretend that we just came on, and we're going to thank all the YouTube watchers and all the Rumble watchers. And next week we will be back on TikTok. And we're missing you, Kent, brother Kent, wherever you're at. He probably got called off planet, and he probably had something to do. He's got a pretty important position with the.
He's going to get more busy.
Yeah. He's got a pretty important position, but I'm going to tell you what, they're doing their thing, and it's all part of the deal. Okay, the RV, the saving the caged victims, the everything. It's all part of the med beds. It's all one big thing. It's all into the transition of the new energies that are going to transform our potato that we live on. I told you I was going to say it, Brian. I told you. Yes, we will ask her, and we're going to talk about that because I love all animals, not just dogs and cats. And I did learn something about this ivermectin that I picked up today at the store, Cameron, and that's what we're going to check, Tara. We don't know, but I'd be surprised if she said no. Okay, I'll just put it to you this way: this woman's got fantastic energy. I'm really looking forward to her product. I'm really looking forward to having a
Sorry. That's me at my drop the mic routine.
Oh. I'm looking forward to having her possibly as a sponsor if I believe in her product. I told her I will not endorse any product that I don't believe in. And I wholeheartedly believe in Imun Advance. I wholeheartedly believe in APL Go. And that's where we are at right now as far as sponsors and everything. So, guys, what you're needing to do is this, okay? You need to have patience. You need to spend a lot of time in meditation or prayer, whatever you want to call it, and you need to pray this RV in, because there is so many factions, fractals involved with this. So many entities involved in this. There's no stopping it. It can't not happen. It's going to happen. But we've got to pray it in, and we've got to move things along, not for just us, not for our new car, new house, or what business or restaurant we're going to open or anything like that. It's going to have to be for the kids first, and then come on and then take care of yourself and your family. Okay. So
If I can make a recommendation on the mantra for your ending, have it more reflective to the now. So instead of the idea of amen, try and so it is instead, because that's more reflective of it's already happening now.
Right. So, bring it into the present and not the future.
Well, only because amen is an actual.
I know what amen means. So. I don't want to get kicked off for anything saying about them, but I know what amen is.
Yes.
I learned that a long time ago.
Yeah. So make sure it reflects the eternal present, because you want to visualize and have it in the now. And also another thing, in case so many people will also have activations as we progress further on. So if you find any APL not really working, that's okay. Take a break from it. I found out that the relax doesn't work anymore for me, so I lost my cozy feeling. So I had to stop taking it. And then, as time goes by, because your body can acclimate and adapt to frequencies. So, and in all honesty, and even Chance knows, is like I can't get any more relaxed. I'm pretty chill. I'm pretty relaxed, even in this like very heavy, dense field. So, just to give you some insight. If certain things don't work, then don't worry about it. Just save it for later, for when you may or may not need it. And then that's it on that.
Yeah, Cryon. What was that? Jen put me to post there. Cryon uses it, and so it is. Okay, that's cool. Maybe you'll have to explain that to me a little bit. You can type in over here if you want to explain that to me a little bit more. We don't claim to know everything. We're not the world's greatest experts on everything. We're the world's greatest experts on maybe a couple things. What they are yet hasn't been determined, but we're hopefully just, joke that I used to tell. My son and I used to travel around a lot, going to guitar shows, and said, "Yeah, we have my son and I have the entire knowledge of the entire universe between the two of us." And they said, "Okay, Smartick, answer this question." I said, "Well, I always take questions when he wasn't there." I said, "Oh, well, that one my son knows. I don't know that one, you know." So if they ask a question, but Cameron says we must continue to increase our endurance to all forms of pain, relish in decayed gratification, and protect ourselves. That's kind of heavy. We've come too far, been through too much, and it'll be passed down to our kids. Yeah, we got to think about the kids, you know, in more ways than one. What kind of world are we going to leave them? And I've been studying a lot about narcissists. And I just can't believe how many narcissists that I actually have in my life. But when you study it, you have a better understanding. I've watched a lot of YouTube videos, and I wouldn't consider that studying, but it's helped me get a better overall understanding of what the hell is going on with that person. You know what I mean? And
As an observer, yeah. Makes
Yeah,
sense.
it's a lot of them don't even realize they're narcissists. They just
I know.
big, high inflated egos of themselves, and you
I
know,
know.
they're not humble. They're not humble like where we are. I
Yeah,
mean, at least
exactly.
I think that way, but some people say, "Wait a minute, you're a glory hound, so that's like a narcissist." But that's not me. I'm not like that.
But it's funny because you generate that field to attract that
Right.
idea to come into your existence. So it's like, again, don't complain if you get what you get. But after you observe it enough and you go, I've had enough, and then that energy dissipates, and then therefore no more narcissists can come into your realm or reality. So they'll move on to the next person that says, God, I hate narcissists, or, you know, whatever that, you know,
Well,
doesn't
listen,
want it, but is still focused on it.
Right. Right.
When Brian, I agree, and you know, when you're around a narcissist a lot, you react in a certain way, okay, and you have a certain tension, and for some reason that narcissist is not around all the time, then what happens? Oh, wait a minute, you become you again. You become you again. Think about that, okay? Instead of being this person that has to keep peace with a narcissist,
Right.
that, you know, you're having to change your vibrations to try to match theirs, then forget it. It's gone. And oh my gosh, it's like 50-pound weight being lifted off your shoulders.
Do you know what it
Cryon,
means?
channeled by Lee Carroll, is a galactic advisor helping humans with graduation. Good. Hey, Jen, send me information on this fella at chancemusic@yahoo.com. I would love to. I would love to learn about it. And folks, if you're
Cryon's been around for a long time.
okay,
I've been listening to Bashar. Does anybody know Bashar? I'm sure you know
Yes,
Bashar.
I do. Bashar's actually really good. I actually
Channel's
stopped listening to Cryon because after I guess, merged with the higher self, there was no need for me to learn from it, because then I started pulling from source itself. So it's a good beginning tool and step if you want to get started, or even Bashar. I mean, there's a couple of other good ones. However, at some point, the idea is you want to find you again in the law of mirrors, and then make your choice then. Like, I mean, you could either be you, or an in-between version of you, or the greater you, or a new you. So, or the old you, whichever. Oh, and I wanted to say, do you know what a narcissist's best friend is? A heckler demon. They're identified as a heckler.
oh,
So there are demonic entities that like.
Why does that make sense to me, Brian?
They're like almost like whisperers, and they continuously feed narcissism, and then that narcissism helps spew out. They're really creepy. I'll say there's different variants. I just call them a heckler because they don't shut up, and then they just continuously feed the narcissistic individuals, like in like a unconscious way, and you're like, ugh.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. Narcissist, Cameron says, feed off the energy of others.
He's right.
When everyone leaves them to their own devices, they always find someone else for energetic food. It also, for the most part, stems from neglected parenting.
It's the things that are behind.
And listen, you just made more sense in that statement. I'll tell you ask me about that statement tomorrow when I talk to you, Cameron. Okay, when you call me around noon. I'm going to explain that statement to you. Okay. Then we'll know. Then you're going to know why it was true. But I'm not going to say it on the air. Okay. Listen, guys. I hope you're enjoying this show. If you would like to continue to keep supporting the show, you can. My Zelle is down, but you can send a donation through Cash App at.
Hold on, I'm getting it up for you in a minute. Give me a second.
No problem. At 319-561-0064. Now, I got criticized for taking donations, okay? I'm going to tell you something. Listen to this and listen to me well, okay? I'm coming right out. I don't get any Google money, okay? Everybody, Mark Z, Phil G, they all get Google and Rumble money. Where does the Google money come from, folks? It comes from the cable guys, okay? That's a cable guy organization. Say cable guy, cable, and you'll know what I mean, okay? If you're not hip to my term of cable guys. And they're getting that cable, and that's what they want. They're getting that cable guys money. Do I accept YouTube super chats?
I don't know what that is, but yeah, whatever.
You don't know what that is. I am so sorry, but we will learn.
Yeah, tell me what it is, Cameron. I have no idea.
Yeah, Cameron. Well, let's figure it out to be Cameron.
They could send a super chat fund. It's the same. It's funds through like a super chat box on YouTube. So, but usually that would mean we would be on YouTube, and then you would be able to see the box, and then people could donate like it's similar to Cash App, but it goes to the account, and then it basically shows their word, their name, and then their donation to the channel.
Okay, well, cool.
I mean, I'll accept it. I do because I look at it this way. I'll help everybody here. By the way, how is your friend doing, Brian? The one that was.
Yes. Thank you for bringing that up. Thank you for everyone who did do donations. That actually will help. I will put all of that. That'll help with the alleviating of like their food money. I still had to bite the bullet today and give that $32,000 for her final medication. She is getting better. I still am gonna scrounge up funds for their rent and utilities, but that amount, thank you very much. So that'll help with the food. So hopefully she'll be home, or mom will be home by next week. So that's what I'm
okay, Brian, I'm not too good on using that, so I'll just Cash App you. Send me a request, Brian, for the amount I told you about, and send me a request for it so I can pay it, okay?
Yeah, I could do that like after the show. That's fine.
That's fine. That's fine.
Wasn't that the GoFundMe?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll leave it up there for people.
Guys, this is a good family, and they're friends of Brian's, and Brian's a great supporter of the channel, and he's been a great supporter of a lot of people associated with the channel.
Right.
So what I want you to do is give this your your attention. Okay.
Doesn't have to be
And-
much, or you don't have to at all. Honestly,
No, heck, if we got 5,000 people giving $5 each, then it's going to help a lot. You know what I mean?
Let me say this. Let me say this, guys. Rather than give to the YouTube channel that's disabled, I don't even know what the hell to do. Give to this fund. Give from me and Chance, and you can put in our name or whatever you want to do, but give to this fund because this helps Brian's friend, and that's what Chance and I are all about. So you can't get any more human than that. So just give it to that fund for right now, and then don't worry about the other stuff. But we appreciate you wanting to give us funds. We appreciate that. This lady needs it way more than we do right now, so please give it to her. Thank you. I hope that helps.
But
thank you.
guys, yeah. I just got zapped there for a second. What was that? You just went black and white on me.
Are you okay?
Docg, you went black and white on me.
Can you see me now?
Yeah.
Maybe
But
they're ready to.
black and white. You're not color anymore. You're black
They're
and white.
hovering over you, and now they found you again. I don't know. They took us off a Rumble like within the first hour.
Why?
I don't know. Community guidelines. I don't know.
Well, let's see. Jen has something else to add. Heads up, detoxed people near multi-faxed people spaces is dangerous. Yeah, we know that. I broke out in hives everywhere for 3 hours. Yeah, I get that.
Jesus.
I get that. And I had, you know what was really funny? Wednesday, I had a insurance lady come and give me a, once over, blood pressure, check my feet, check my everything. And she says, "Are you sure you're not lying about you being 71 years old?" And I said, "No, I'm not lying." I showed her my driver's license. And she says, "You're in incredible shape for a man." She said, "I thought you were 20 years younger." Well, I said, "Well, thank you very much. But, here's the thing. You got to detox. And when you're done with that, detox some more."
Right.
And I said to her, "Would you mind if I ask you a personal question?" And she said, "No, I wouldn't mind." And I said, "Okay, did you get the jab?" And she did. My God, I felt so bad for her. Such a nice, lovely lady, just sparkling lady. And I guarantee you she's listening tonight. And I can't remember her name. Mary, Michelle, Margaret, I don't know. Sorry, I don't remember names well. I got to know you more than once just to remember your name. But, and I was telling her about shedding. She knew nothing about shedding.
Yeah.
They said shedding is real. And it's going to affect people unless you're in a permanent state of detox. I am a permanent state of detox. Mickey is in his permanent state of detox. And if people, you can literally shed any open, like I've got long sleeve shirts on, but if I would have had the jab, I could shed right here through my hands. I could shed through my hair. I could shed through my forehead. I could shed through my nose, and people would get sick. But I don't detox fast, Cameron.
Their hand too.
You don't overload yourself
on
and be
occasion
unable
by
to handle the physical after effects of doing so. Yes, I understand that. And that's what we have done. Mickey is only about 50% detox of what I want to do with him. Okay. I knew he was going to have to get into it. And of course, the first thing you notice, when you're detoxing is the plumbing thing. The plumbing thing is much more frequent. And so that's working, and he notices it. So, the next thing it's going to do, after, I imagine it's going to take 3 or 4 weeks of detoxing, and he's going to notice he's going to have more energy, and he's going to want to go out and do things, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm still learning, and he's learning from me. So, we're all learning together. That's what this show is about. It's about learning and teaching, and it's not about 3 experts or 4 experts or 8 experts up here saying this. We're all just sharing experiences. And when I actually say I love these guys, I love Kent Dunn and Dawn and and Debbie, and I love all these people. I really mean it. I really love them. And there's people that call me on the phone, and I go, and I'll pick up my phone. Not them again, because the energy is negative. It's not that I don't want to be friendly to them. It's not that I don't want to share love with them. It's their negative energy, and I just don't need to. I feel like the Venusians. I don't want any negative energy. Just keep that negative energy away from me, And so that's what we're doing. Here's Cameron again. You're bringing up something I was going to bring up. Those Chinese foot pads work well.
I use them
at night in bed. Some socks on every now and then. I know about this. Be careful and check where you get them from, though. I know this, okay? But I'm not going to use the socks. You know what I'm going to do? Listen to this. I'm going to do what Grandma did. You know what Grandma did, Gene?
I think my grandma used either potatoes or something.
Potato skins?
Onions.
Potatoes and onions. Yeah, potatoes and onions. Yep.
Yeah, I don't know about the potatoes. I think maybe
potatoes draw instead of onions.
You might as well just make a damn salad and put it in your salad. Don't forget the radishes. It's not a salad without the radishes. Okay.
So I just wanted to bring it up. Please do not worry about necessarily those, like we're talking about good-natured, good-hearted people that are genuine, that either got 1 shot or 2 shots. Because of the complexity of what it means to have a soul or consciousness, there are tons and tons of Federation or Starseed walk-ins that go in to the vessel and reset the full body. So they reset the DNA to their DNA, and their system is totally cleaned out.
So we just don't know who they are.
We don't know. They don't know who they are necessarily either. Right. In order for them to know who they are, it'll be like a 180, and usually that process takes it depends. It could take from 6 months. It could take to a full year, and then they have to be aware that they're going to be like, nope, I'm not going to be duped again. So they've already got it. The first set, they didn't like how it felt, and then they'll stay away from it. So then these are usually the bodies that are very healthy and good and can still be transitioned. So creation likes to be more limitless and flexible minded when elevating any society, even if it means someone has to end their contract and allow someone else to take their place. So I just wanted to throw that out there.
Hey, there's a couple other things I need to throw up here. I need to bring forward, not throw up. Bad
choice of words.
Yeah. Let me throw this up. I crack myself up sometimes. I was telling you about Netanyahu getting, he's going under military tribunals. Now, you guys got to remember, these aren't warships over there. They're warships, but they're having military tribunals over there. There's 9 of them over there in the Gaza Strips. And they're cleaning out all these people. And just remember what Kent Dunn and I both told you, that 75% of the people that live in the Israel are pedophiles.
Careful.
And yeah.
You mean the thing that you use on your nails, like
I know. They're overly friendly with children. There, how's that? Okay, yeah. And so they're overly friendly with children, and that's why so many Hollywood elites have a lot of property over there, because they like being overly friendly with children too. And so some politicians also.
Hey, can I tell you a quick story, Chance?
Yes,
We met Mr.
absolutely.
McFeely from Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. And he was very, very protective of the children that came into the show to see the show. And he said a couple times that some of the executives weren't too happy about that because they wanted to take the children into the dressing rooms. And he says, why would you want to do that? They're not your children. Why would you want to do? So he would ask a lot of questions. They would say, just go on and do what you want to do. You know, we're not going to do anything. So in respect to Mr. McFeely and Mr. Rogers, they were very, very protective of children on their sets and on the sets. And then with all the people around, didn't matter who it was there, they would tell them off. And he's done that many, many times. So thank God for people like that, because
Yeah, and plus he was, it was very public. I loved
very public. Yeah.
I love the song that Mr. Rogers did. It stayed with me. It says, it goes something like this. I don't remember it, but only girls can be the mommies.
Yes.
Only boys can be the daddies. Remember that?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. What a
Common sense song.
oh my gosh. So, I'll be glad when we get all these people that like children too much out of the schools and out of the government.
Right.
And we get this we got to get this planet cleaned up. Guys, I'm really sorry Kent Dunn couldn't make it with us tonight. Please write this down: https www.gofundme.com/f/unbiased-karma. That's UNBIAS-karma, unbiased karma, to give donations to Brian's very dear friends.
To our mom.
What country are they in, Brian?
They're actually in the Philippines.
In the Philippines. Okay, I have friends that go there. And in fact, Brother Phil, before he passed away, he went there. Mr. Rogers was a Navy SEAL in Vietnam. Wow, I am impressed.
Yes, he was. Yeah.
Wow. We need him back. Come on, Fred, come on back if you can. He was a Navy SEAL. Boy, now I respected him before, but now I'm thinking like, oh, this guy must be Superman or something,
He deserves a lot of respect.
Just to let you know, the Philippines is really bad with the so-called trafficking.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Really bad. You, if anything, you can watch. I would recommend watching Filipina Pia on YouTube, and then they have American soldiers or agents that are over there continuously busting mothers that are doing things that they shouldn't be doing.
Yeah, selling their children and things.
It's awful. It is so
food and
bad.
drugs.
I didn't even notice that, and I am heart-wrenchingly raging the fact that they don't even think they would lie, like, to the camera, to the people. Oh, we didn't do anything wrong. We would never do that.
Well, no, that's perfectly acceptable. And that's why I'm going to lead into my final rant for the night, guys. Brian, I'm sorry to interrupt you. I apologize for that, but it gets me going. Okay, Mr. T. Okay, Brother White Hats. We're tired of waiting. We want to save the children now. We want to rebuild our country. We want to believe in truth, justice, and the American way again. We want all these moronic Brandon lovers to leave. Leave any way you choose. Mr. T, any way you choose, you want them down, you want them gone, that's your jurisdiction. It's yours and Heavenly Father's jurisdiction. Okay. Okay. I'm tired of it. I'm exhausted. Brian's exhausted. Doc's exhausted. Kent Dunn is exhausted.
Yeah.
Kent Dunn has been putting more hours in than any of us because he's doing his thing upstairs. And I'm telling you, we're all working. We're all working in our own way. I guess I would be the cheerleader on the ground since I'm the Terran and I'm the empath. So I would be the cheerleader on the ground. Come on, guys, we can hang in there. We're going to get this thing done. Let's go, team, go. Okay, go team, go Republic. Okay, and we got to pull it together. Okay, we got to pull it together. One more time. I'm not going to repeat this anymore tonight. 319-561-0064 if you'd care to donate to keep the show going. My name is Chance McFadden. My real name is Brian. Everybody knows me as Chance. I have been completely transparent about who I am, where I live, what I do, what I used to do, and I am what I am, and that's all that I am, you know. And anybody that cares to criticize me on the other Telegram channels, criticize away. You know, I'm glad I'm in there somewhere. I'm on your mind. I'm living rent free. So thank you for thinking of me, no matter if it's good or bad. Okay, but they're all taking money from somebody. Okay, I'm taking donations from the real people, the real people of the Republic who want to follow the truth. I don't know all the answers. I'm not the only guy telling the truth. Okay. But I am passionate about what I know and what I share. And I do have military contacts. I got contacts at the border. I've got contacts that go into Washington, D.C. and tell me what's going on. Ergo, my sister, who is a stewardess. I've got all kinds of connections. General Steve. I got a 4-star general that I haven't talked to in 8 months. And I'm dying to talk to him. And he said he will contact me when it is time for me to know something. And these guys are all part of the White Hats. I live 7 miles as the crow flies from Grassley. And I happen to know where all the bodies are buried in the area where I live. So, I am a constitutional lawyer. I study the Constitution in relationship to the statutes, codes, and ordinances. This is who I am. This is what I do. I am also a professional musician, used to be, because there's no gigs to play anymore. And to speak of, I'm not going to go out and play a bar. I don't want to be a liquor salesman. So, take that for whatever you want to call it. And I play multiple instruments, and I have an online music store. It's called FortMadisonGuitars.com. And FortMadisonGuitars.com was just almost virtually destroyed by COVID, like all your other music stores. I don't care what music store you go to as a musician, you've been damaged seriously by the COVID experiment. Pandemic. Experiment is a safe word too, Brian, though. That's a safe word.
Yeah, it is.
Brian's my Jiminy Cricket over here. And don't say this, don't say that. I love him for it. This is great.
Conscious.
Pay attention to language.
Yeah, but we actually have such a wonderful time doing these shows. We're sorry Brother Kent didn't make it tonight, but we have such wonderful time doing this. It's hard for us to realize that we have just spent an hour and 34 minutes with you. So now it's come time to sign off for tonight. And do you have any final thoughts there, Brian?
Just rewatch the show and recap at things that I said that have relevance, and take notes, because you're going to need it.
Notes are very, very important.
Yeah.
Jen, actually, I can give you a tip on how to meditate without falling asleep. Okay? I created this mantra or maybe not a mantra. Maybe, Brian? What's the right word I want to use? Because I'm going to tell you this thing I saved myself. And
mantra works.
Okay, mantra. Okay, I say this thing to myself quite often when I go to bed. And if I'm tired, it will put me to sleep. But if I'm not tired, it will re-energize me in a different kind of way. And here it is, because Brother Phil and I created this mantra together. And it goes like this: I am health, wealth, abundance, and joy. I am health, wealth, abundance, and joy. I am health, wealth, abundance, and joy. We say it 3 times in the morning. At noon, I say it 6 times. And in the evening, I say it 9 times.
You say it out loud.
Say it out loud. Say it proud. I am health, wealth, abundance, and joy. Think about that. I am health. Creating the inner me the inner me is telling the outer me, you are healthy. You are good. I am wealth. I am wealthy, and not in money, but I am wealthy in so many other things. Okay. I have my family. I have a house that's paid for that didn't get repossessed. Thank you, my friend who did that for me. Thank you. And didn't get sold for taxes, but I am wealthy. Okay. I got a store full of inventory, even though it's not selling, it's paid for. I don't owe anybody nothing. And so I got abundance, I got enough food, and for the most part, I'm a pretty happy guy. So I am health, wealth, abundance, and joy. Okay. And you just keep saying that until you become what you're saying, and say it out loud. Like Brian said, say it out loud. You got to tell it to the universe. I am health. I am wealth. I am abundance and joy. And I mean it. I have met so many wonderful people on this journey of being a truther. Brother Kent Dunn, my fascinating brother Brian here, and brother Gene. And this is not the end. This is the beginning. We are just getting started, guys. We are just getting started, and we got a lot of work to do, and let's all work there together to the common goal. I want to tell you, I love you all very, very much. I am a human being. I make mistakes. Sometimes I say things that are the wrong thing to say. And in that instance, I am sincerely sorry. No harm was ever intended. And I sincerely apologize from the bottom of my heart if I've said anything to offend anyone. But I want you to know that I come to you with love. I come to you with peace and no animosity. Okay? I come to you with the best truth that I can give you from my vessel and sharing it with you here on HamiltonRadio.net. So with all this in mind, thank you, Brother Gene. I love you. Thank you, Brother Fascinating Brian. You are fascinating too, man. You are just... And you know what? The number one thing I get about Brian is, of course, everybody says to me, where did you get this team? I said, I don't know. They just came. Let's put us all together. And we're having fun, okay? And we all love each other. And that's all a beautiful thing. And thank you all for tuning in. Guys. We will be back next Thursday night at 7:30 Central Time, 8:30 East Coast Time, and the West Coast Time will be 5:30. And we will be live from Osto's Pizza in Fort Madison, where we're going to rattle some feathers and we're going to say some truths and anybody that comes in, you're probably gonna hear a lot of pizza orders and the pizza pans banging, but it's all good. It's the best pizza. It's the best pizza, period, around here.
I wish I could try it.
I wish I could send you some, but by the time we're no good. But after post RV, you fly in. I'm
gonna be there all the time.
It's on me, brother. I'm telling you.
I already told my wife I'll be living out there, probably in a couple of other areas.
Well, you guys got some good pizza out in New Jersey, I'm sure.
We do, yeah.
I will be eating your pizza, and I will be making comparisons. Okay.
Come on.
Okay, I will as soon as I can. Hey, post RV. I love you guys. Hey, thanks for tuning in to Chance's Chat. Brother Kent, we missed you. We'll see you next time. I'm Chance McFadden, and you know who you are. Good night.
Bye, everybody.